What you're about to see is not for the faint of heart. Mysterious shadows, chilling whispers, and movements with no explanation? Could this be proof of real demonic entities? These terrifying encounters were caught on camera, and some are so disturbing, even experts are left speechless. Stay tuned, but watch at your own risk. The Manchester poltergeist. Something strange happened in an office in Manchester. A poltergeist was caught on camera, not just messing with one room, but an entire set of rooms. Chairs moved on their own, doors opened and closed, and filing cabinets threw out papers like an angry worker quitting their job. It felt like something big was happening, way beyond just a small ghostly prank. But was it really a ghost causing all the chaos? This video is one of the most convincing ones out there, but that doesn't mean it's real. Clever editing could be at play, making sure we see every room before the haunting begins. Could it be a trick, or is this actual proof of something paranormal? I'll leave that up to you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The haunted doll that won't stay still. Dolls and ghosts? That's a classic horror combo. From the Twilight Zone to Annabelle, creepy dolls have been freaking people out for years. But some people believe certain dolls are actually haunted. Take Mr. Fritz, for example. He was made by a ventriloquist who was later killed. After that, the doll was returned to the family and has been passed around over the years. Why? Because the case he's kept in keeps mysteriously opening on its own. Now here's where things get even creepier. In a recorded video, Mr. Fritz is seen opening his eyes and moving his mouth by himself. No strings, no hands, just the doll coming to life. Is this proof of a haunted doll? Or is someone playing a really good prank? Ghost balloon in the hospital. A spooky balloon floated through a hospital in Argentina, and 2 nurses caught it on camera. They called it a ghost balloon because it seemed to move on its own, following them even when they entered another room. Feeling scared, they ran away, making the whole thing even creepier. What made it even weirder? The balloon was red, just like in scary movies. But was it really a ghost? Not likely. At the end of the video, the nurses were laughing as they ran, making it clear they weren't actually scared. Plus, if you fill a balloon just right, it can float in a way that makes it look like it's moving by itself. So, while it looked spooky, this ghost balloon was probably just a clever trick. The hospital angel. Doctors had no hope for Chelsea Burton. She was on life support, and her mother faced the hardest choice, whether to let her go. The doctors said it was time, so they began removing the machines, keeping her alive. But just as they did, something strange happened. A CCTV camera in the hallway captured a white figure, almost like a glowing presence. And at that exact moment, Chelsea suddenly woke up. No one could explain it. Her mother and some of the hospital staff believed they had witnessed a miracle. Some even thought it was a guardian angel coming to save her. Was it really an angel or just a coincidence? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, Chelsea got a second chance at life, and it was the most incredible birthday gift she could ever receive. The haunted wheelchair. A wheelchair moving on its own? Now that's creepy. In a video from a hospital, a wheelchair rolls forward and backward as if guided by an unseen force. Unlike other ghostly stories with haunted beds, this time, it's the wheelchair taking the spotlight. It moves smoothly, almost like someone or something is pushing it. But when it finally stops in a perfect spot, the big question remains. Was it real or just a clever trick? While there's no clear explanation, there are plenty of ways to make a wheelchair move without a ghost. Strings, magnets, or even hidden motors could make it look supernatural. The way it stops so perfectly makes it seem more like a setup than an actual spirit. But hey, who knows? Maybe a ghost just wanted to go for a ride. The mysterious orb in the pastor's home. A pastor isn't someone you'd expect to make up ghost stories, but this one is strange. He had a camera set up in his living room with a motion detector, and one night, it suddenly went off. When he checked the footage, he saw a glowing orb floating around the room. Curious, he went to see it with his own eyes, but there was nothing there. The orb, however, kept moving on the camera, even splitting into smaller pieces and drifting around for hours. Was this a real ghost or just a camera glitch? The pastor had no answers, but the footage was spooky enough to make the news. If a ghost was really there, why didn't he see it in person? And if it was just a trick of the camera, why did it look so real? This mystery still has people scratching their heads. Haunted Christmas chaos. Just days after Christmas, a family's home turned into a paranormal nightmare. Their camera was focused on the Christmas tree when, out of nowhere, it started moving by itself. But that was just the beginning. Soon, other objects joined in, like a jacket on the railing, things on the countertop, and more. It was as if an invisible force was wrecking the place. Who or what did they upset to have such a haunted holiday? While it looks spooky, there's one thing that stands out. The camera caught everything perfectly, yet it stayed completely still. Suspicious, right? It's almost too perfect, making it seem more like a well-planned prank rather than a real poltergeist. Either way, it's a wild and creepy Christmas moment that has people talking. Fake UFO in Malaysia. Did a UFO really appear in Malaysia? Well, many years ago, a strange video showed a flying saucer hovering over a district before suddenly zooming away. As the video spread, people got curious and even contacted the authorities to find out if it was real. But guess what? The officials had no record of such an event. Turns out the video was actually taken from another YouTube channel owned by a visual artist, someone skilled in making CGI videos. Yep, it was completely fake. Just another case of the internet fooling everyone, and with that, we're moving on. Haunted hospital bed moves on its own. A hospital bed moving by itself? Now that's creepy. A video shows a hospital bed rolling around with no one touching it, not just once, but from two different camera angles. First, the bed moves on its own in an empty hallway. Then, when a hospital worker tries to grab it, the bed suddenly rolls away, making him give up and walk off. If this were a horror movie, he'd definitely be the guy who survives. But is it real? Probably not. The most likely explanation is that someone rigged the bed with a hidden motor to make it move without being pushed. It looks spooky, but it's more of a funny prank than an actual ghost sighting. So no, this hospital isn't haunted, just cleverly staged. Ghost kicked the cat? Not really. A shocking video claims that a ghost kicked a cat. In the footage, the cat walks into a room where other cats and a dog are hanging out. Then, out of nowhere, it gets launched backward like something invisible kicked it. The other animals rush over, curious and concerned. At first glance, it really looks like some ghostly force attacked the poor cat. But slow the video down and the truth is clear. The cat wasn't kicked at all. It was just flipping on its own. The sounds in the video prove it too. There's no angry hissing or scared reaction from the cat. It was just doing a wild backflip, not being attacked by a ghost. So, mystery solved. No ghost, just a very acrobatic cat. The fake guardian angel video. People keep talking about this guardian angel video, and I can't stand it anymore. In the clip, a person is about to get hit by a truck, but then, boom, they suddenly teleport to safety, as if some invisible angel saved them. Sounds amazing, right? Well, here's the problem. It's completely fake. This video isn't about ghosts or miracles. It's just clever CGI and editing tricks. You can literally see the digital effects if you look closely. Yet, people still believe it's real. Let's stop pretending this is anything more than a cool use of special effects and move on. The ghost cat on the sofa. You won't believe what some people try to pass off as real. In this video, someone claims that the ghost of their cat magically appeared on the sofa, right where it used to sit. At first, it looks mysterious. One cat leaves the room, and then suddenly, another one pops up out of nowhere on the left side of the sofa. But is it really a ghostly return? Nope, it's just a clever editing trick. If you watch closely, you'll notice how the lights change right before the cat appears. That's because the video was edited by layering two clips, one without the cat and one with it. The result? A simple illusion that makes it seem like the cat materialized from thin air. Editing tricks like this may look cool, but they're definitely not proof of the paranormal. The possessed baby, or not. We've all seen kids throw wild tantrums, acting like little monsters when they don't get their way. But this case? It's on another level. A video called Possessed Baby shows a child doing something truly creepy. The parents checked their nanny cam after hearing their baby scream, and what they saw was chilling. His eyes were glowing, his screams were deep and guttural, and he was balancing on his crib like a pro skateboarder. It looked straight out of a horror movie, but here's the twist. He's not actually possessed. Even the parents admit it's both real and fake. Fake because he's not under some demonic spell, but real because he actually did all of it on his own. The glowing eyes? Just the nanny cam's night vision. The screams? Just a really upset baby. And the balancing act? Well, that's just some next-level toddler skills. So no evil baby here, at least we hope not. Fake angel caught on camera. This so-called angel sighting from a mall in Indonesia looks dramatic, but it's far from real. Security footage shows a glowing figure falling from the sky, hitting the ground, and then flying away before anyone can reach it. A few guards rush in, but the angel is already gone. Sounds mysterious, right? Not really. First, the glowing figure matches the typical human idea of an angel, not what religious texts describe. Second, the light it emits doesn't interact naturally with the environment. No proper shadows or reflections. But here's the biggest giveaway. It moves like bad animation. The way it falls straight down, then bounces away in an unnatural arc, is more like a CGI mistake than a divine being. If it could fly, why not just land smoothly? Plus, it's suspicious how 4 security guards conveniently appear right after it disappears. With all these flaws, this video isn't just fake, it's a poorly made hoax. The haunted video store. A guy was working his shift at an old video store. Yeah, one of those that barely exist anymore. As he was putting videos back on the shelf, one suddenly fell. Strange, but not too weird, so he picked it up and put it back. But then, bam! A whole set of videos crashed to the floor right where he had just been standing. That was enough for him. He noped out of there fast. And honestly, who wouldn't? But was the store really haunted? Probably not. Sometimes things just fall, even if it takes a while for them to tip over. Ever seen a bag slowly slide off a shelf before finally crashing down? It's like that. Still, the guy made the right call. Better safe than sorry. Antique store ghost, or just a trick? Now, I'm not saying every paranormal video is fake, but you have to think carefully before believing them. The internet is full of people claiming they caught something real when they probably didn't. Take this video, for example. It comes from an antique store in Britain, where a glass cabinet suddenly shattered. Some say a ghost did it, and yes, it looks shocking. But does that really prove a ghost was involved? Or is there something else happening here? Look closely. Not just at the glass, but at the floor. There are objects scattered everywhere, like something more than just a ghostly presence caused it. Could it be a robbery or vandalism? Also, notice how the glass bursts outward, not inward. If a ghost broke it, wouldn't the glass go the other way? Are we supposed to believe the ghost went inside just to break the glass from within? That seems like way too much effort just to cause some chaos. The ghostly kitchen disaster. We've all seen those movies where a ghost goes wild, throwing things around like a storm. Well, in this clip, someone claimed they had a real poltergeist in their home, and they even caught it on camera. The weird part? They weren't home when it happened, yet the ghost decided to wreck the kitchen like it was on a mission. Dishes flew, objects got tossed, and chaos took over. If you believe in ghosts, this might look like real proof. But if you pay close attention, something feels a little too perfect. For starters, why is the camera placed so perfectly on the table? If the ghost is truly that destructive, wouldn't it notice the camera and knock it over first? And let's talk about that kitchen. It looks straight out of a 1970s sitcom. Maybe the ghost wasn't haunting the house. Maybe it was just a former interior designer upset about the outdated decor. Either way, something about this whole scene feels more like a setup than a supernatural event. Haunted school mystery. Something strange happened at Deer Park CBS in Cork City, a school known for being one of the most haunted in the world. In 2017, during the early hours of the morning when no one was around, security footage captured something eerie. At first, everything was quiet, but suddenly, a row of lockers started shaking on its own. After a short pause, one locker door flew open, and objects spilled out. Could this be proof that the school is haunted? Or is there another explanation? Before jumping to ghosts, let's take a closer look. If you watch carefully, you'll notice something odd. Both the shaking lockers and the flying door stopped too suddenly, almost unnaturally. The locker should have rattled more, and the door should have swung back with force. But instead, they freeze in place like something unseen is controlling them. Could this be clever editing or CGI trickery? Whatever the case, it seems the students don't have to fear ghosts just yet. Haunted barbershop. A barbershop installed a security camera to catch anything suspicious, but they never expected this. In the middle of a recording, something strange happened. An empty barber chair suddenly had its blue cloth move on its own. At first, it could have been explained by air or static, but things got creepy when the cloth lifted as if pulled from above. One barber saw it and immediately freaked out, saying he was done working in a place with weird things happening. Others didn't see it, but the footage clearly shows the bizarre movement. Could this be real paranormal activity or just a clever trick? The fact that the video perfectly captures the moment raises suspicion. The shop even stated they didn't touch it and checked for any logical explanation. But in today's world, it's easy to fake things. A hidden string, a mechanical trick under the cloth, who knows? With so many hoaxes online, seeing isn't always believing. If you made it this far, you're braver than most. Which of these paranormal encounters shook you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a chilling upload. See you in the next one, if you dare.